So whatever happened to my monarchs? Well, guess what? They grew up. But not right away. It took a while. In fact, they didn't even start the way I found them as caterpillars. They started as tiny eggs on the bottom of milkweed leaves. When I found them, they were no bigger than my little pinky fingernail.
Okay, so I'm going to try and measure my little larva here. So I've got my little ruler. I like these clear ones because it's a little easier to get close to it. You know, it's at a little bit of an angle, but I'm holding it next to it. I don't want to touch the caterpillar. I would say, let's see if I can get it so that you can see it better. I would say that that is about 5 millimeters. So between 0 and 1 is 1 centimeter, and there are 10 millimeters in every centimeter. So I'm going to say that's about 5, and then I'm going to flip it to the inches side for comparison. So there's 0 and 1. You can see that's 1 inch, which gives you a sense of how tiny this guy is. And it looks like, to me, that's a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch, because 1/4 would be right where the tip of my thumbnail is right now. So I think that's less than 1/4 of an inch.
They may have started out tiny, but they grew the more milkweed they ate. In fact, they ended up as big as one of my fingers, or maybe my thumb. They ate tons of milkweed in that time, so I had to replace it every day or every other day. I also had to take them out occasionally to clean their cages. That's why this one's on my countertop.
So I thought I had lost track of one of my caterpillars, and then I noticed it underneath a leaf. Couldn't find it for a while. It's the bigger one, the two that are still caterpillars. And I see that it's curled up into this tight little shape. It was making sort of a J shape before, so we'll see what happens next.
Finally, they molted or shed their skin one last time, and what was underneath was a beautiful chrysalis. Over time, it turned darker. Can you see what's inside? And then one day, about mid-morning, look what happened. Sometime during the day yesterday when I was at work. I think it's a male, and if it opens its wings, I'll show you how you can tell. Usually it takes them a minute to fly, especially because it's in the shade, so it will need to warm up. So I might try to put it in the sun for a second, see if that makes any difference. It can spread out its wings, but it hasn't really flown very much yet, so it needs to get a little practice. Let's see if we can get it to show its wings for us. I'm going to try to put it on the table. There we go. It's beautiful. So if you can see the pattern on the wings, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. It's clinging to my finger. Look for 2 dots if it opens its wings. Whoops, sorry little guy. I don't want to disturb it. There we go. There's 2 dots on the bottom. Oops. Just touching its foot. Oh, it's going to crawl back onto me. There we go. That shows that this is a male monarch. That's how you can tell. Eventually, my monarchs warmed up and flew away. But their journey's not done yet. In fact, it's just begun. If you want to find out a little bit about what's going to happen next, try one of the next activities by clicking a link. Thanks for joining me.